Oh, sweet. Cool.
Hey, fire away.
Okay, so first question would be, you can just introduce yourself. Who you are.
My name's Hunter Edison. I'm from the Niisaachewan Anishinaabe Nation. Currently, they're water operator in their water treatment plant. I grew up kind of with my dad in Laclou around this area, in Kenora area. So back and forth between my dad and my mom. Most of my childhood years were on the Dulles Reserve. Lots of fun times out there. I mean, dirt biking, quad, and sliding in the winter with all your friends. Not really any rules to abide by. It was a lot of fun. That's basically where I come from as a kid. Yeah. So.
Sweet. You still live there?
I currently have a house out there and have a house in town. I kind of go back and forth between, my wife and kid.
Yeah.
I kind of stay out there with my mother currently right now, just for the fact being that I am the only operator out there, so I kind of like to be close to the water plant. If anything was to happen, any alarms come up, I can be there immediately, as opposed to our hub operators. They're in town, so they're a while out. Where me being out there, I'm there physically. You know what I mean? So I can be there in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Versus half an hour, 45. So
you're the only one there?
The only operator out there currently, yes. We have a hub of operators through Business A, obviously, that do help provide coverage. They're amazing at what they do. But just the reason why I stay out there is just because I'm closer and I can prevent a lot of things from happening a lot faster, right? So.
Yeah. So what does that feel like? Like being the only operator? Like that's got to be pretty hefty amount of responsibility.
It's quite the responsibility. I mean, it's nothing to be taken lightly. You gotta go to work and do your due diligence every day. You gotta be on the ball. You gotta know what you're looking for. There's quite a bit to it, yeah, to keep your people safe. Because I mean, you're not just keeping one person safe, or yourself safe. You're keeping your whole community safe. So you really gotta focus on the job and just keep learning, because it's a never-ending learning process.
Totally. So do you find that you work like 12-hour days every day?
No, not 12-hour days. It's normally like an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
Some days, depending if I have other things going on in the community, it could be 10-hour day, but most times it's not. But there is times where, something happens middle of the night, power flicker, pumps fail.
Yeah.
I gotta be there at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning, So you always gotta have your phone on and have your ears open when you're sleeping, kind of deal.
That's wild. I didn't realize you were the only one. Crazy. So, internship. You've been a part of the internship. How is it?
It's great.
Yeah.
Great group of people. I mean, you make good friends. Some people I didn't know already. You become a family. Everybody's in it for the same reason, and everybody's learning the same stuff. So you just become a team, and then eventually you just become a family. And it's a lot of fun when we meet up. A lot of laughs, fun, jokes. Everybody goes for supper and whatever, catch up. But it's really great. I like the way Water First they prep you up. It's not just throw you under the bus and go do your test. They give you lots of prep, lots of knowledge.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. I'd recommend this to anybody.
Sweet. That's awesome to hear, man. I appreciate that. This wasn't one of the questions, but you're the only operator there. What was it like before you?
There was, just before me, there was only one operator to begin with.
Yeah.
I had come in as an intern. I wasn't certified yet. I was still in the midst of waiting for COVID to go write my OIT, but I was hands-on with the current operator that was there at the time. We ended up going through the internship here. They prepped me up. I wrote my test. I got my OIT. My hours started, so I went back to the plant. Something had happened within The other operator's family ended up having to take a leave. Unsure to this day if he's coming back, but
Wow.
basically I was just learning the plant from this, learning from the other operator. Didn't have too much of a grasp on things yet, and he had to go. I don't blame the guy for going, he had his reasons, but I was left there, and thank God for the hub of operators because they helped me through a lot of stuff. But I was left there, didn't know, I knew how to do all my testing, whatever, but I didn't know much about the plant. Left there and had to learn it on my own.
Dude.
And now it's like I know pretty much everything there is to do with our plant, But I mean, like I say, you never stop learning, and there's something to learn every day.
That's wild. Good for you for, I guess, catching on so quick. That's pretty sweet. What else is on here? Oh, what's the biggest thing that you have learned by participating in the internship? Specifically, actually, you know what? Just general. Yeah.
The biggest thing I've learned?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I've learned quite a bit.
I guess you could approach that question like in terms of like actual water, like science fit, or like what it means to look after water, or what it means like career-wise, or whatever.
Well, the biggest thing I did learn is that a lot goes into water. I didn't realize at the time before I had started getting into water was how much work goes into making water clean and everything behind it, the chemistry, the math, and all that. So I had no idea. Just before I used to just turn on my tap, brush my teeth and have a shower, whatever. Kind of took it for granted, but now that I see it and what goes into it, that's definitely the biggest thing I learned is what goes into providing clean water for everybody.
That's pretty sweet to hear because I think that it's good that we're recording this because I think the one thing that just the general public, funders, anyone, the biggest misconception is I just like turn on my tap.
Yeah.
Or for funders, it's like put in pipelines, but like cool pipelines. You need someone to like run it. There's so much more to it than just.
There's so much more to it than just putting a water line in the ground.
Yeah, totally.
It's got to start somewhere. It's got to go from the source to a water plant and then to your people.
Yeah. I guess I probably know the answer to this question, but what do you hope to do after the internship?
After the internship, I'm going to be staying with my current water plant that I'm at. It's my band, it's my reserve, it's where I'm from. And being the only operator, I mean, they kind of got no choice but to keep me on and want to keep me on. That's where I'm going to be staying. I'm just going to continue probably the rest of my life if I can, classing up and just keep this as a career because I mean everybody needs water every single day. I don't see me getting laid off anytime soon, so.
True. That's pretty sweet to hear. I guess you kind of touched on it a bit already. Your community, what's it like just in a general sense, and what, if there is anything to talk about, or if you feel comfortable talking about it, but like what's its relationship with water? Have there been challenges?
There's been challenges in the past. There's been flooding, we've lost wild rice, and a lot of our traditional lands have been flooded, and we've had struggles with water. We are on a river system, so when lots of water comes, dams open, dams close. Right now, as we sit in 2021, we're like at record low for water. It's really, really low because the lack of rain. Nobody can open their dams to make water, like make the water go up. So it just keeps going down by the day, pretty much. So that is one of our struggles this year is low water. Yeah, from the lack of rain.
Oh man. Are there any fires around your community?
Oh, geez, not around our community, but in our region, I guess they classify it as. There's lots of fires. I'd have to look on the internet to see, but there's like probably over 100.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
3 more just popped up around here the other day.
I think it was 2 days ago, there was 28 or something like that they found. That's insane.
It's freaky. Oh, this is kind of an interesting one. Any advice for students, like kindergarten to grade 12 kids who might be getting interested in like water sciences?
Keep going, don't stop. Lots to learn. Never-ending learning, never-ending job.
Great.
And, you know, you keep people safe if you get into it and learn it. We need more because there's a shortage.
Yeah.
I recommend it to everybody. All of my friends that I have, I've recommended it. Told them, you know, all you need is grade 12. Let's challenge that OIT. I can help you. You know, I got the books. We can do mock tests, whatever. And let's get in the water. I mean, it's a never-ending career, right? So yeah, just keep going.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Okay, I want you to be totally honest with this one. Water first. Did we incorporate traditional or local knowledge into the academics or the practical components of the internship? What was the...
Like as in, when they bring us to a local reserve, like you're talking about when they do like a water ceremony and stuff?
Yeah.
Our very first day started with a water ceremony. When I very first got an internship and it was introduced to everybody. That was the first thing I was brought into. And everywhere else we went, there was a ceremony that we had.
Okay, that's good to hear.
So, yes, there was a lot of traditional stuff brought into it.
Was that is that something that you really appreciate about the internship?
Yeah, I appreciate that they respect it, you know, and respect water kind of like my people do, you know.
Yeah, that's really good to hear.
Water is life, so.
What could Water First do to improve either the program itself or like incorporating like traditional knowledge into the way it's done?
I don't know, that depends. I mean, to have traditional knowledge, they gotta have, you know, elders.
Yeah.
And not everywhere they go, they may not have an elder there to do, you know.
And also like the relationships too.
Their relationship's great
Yeah.
with their people. I don't see them having a bad relationship whatsoever with their people. I mean, otherwise they wouldn't be doing what they're doing to this day. They're an amazing little company or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if they're a company or what, but they're amazing at what they do.
Okay, I feel like that's pretty much it. We covered pretty much everything I want to ask. Introduce yourself. How's your experience been? Has the internship changed the way you think about water?
Yes. Yeah, totally. I wouldn't think about water the way I think about it to this day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for them, you know, it's kind of just the opportunity came up and I wanted to take it, and then as soon as I started learning, you know, as things went on, it was like, whoa, a lot goes into water that you really honestly don't even know. It's quite an awesome process.
That's pretty much it.
Sweet deal.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. Let's hope we get some funding and we can keep this thing going.
Yeah, man. To be honest, I mean, this is